gamers, Gaming with Melkor here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. This video is going to be another video from my free-to-play Let's Play account. So guys, before going any further, let's just have a look at how we're doing. As you can see, we are currently level 2 and we have 268 cups. So we are not now too far off hitting 400 and Arena 2. Open up a few more cards for us. So as things currently stand, guys, we are still undefeated, which is what I would expect from this level. Obviously, every single battle so far has been a 3-0 victory. So guys, let's kick it off with another battle and let's see how we do. So guys, let's have a look at what we're doing. Okay, we are playing against Play. And they are level 3 and they have joined the clan. Now he has dropped down a giant straight away, so I'm going to drop down my baby dragon just to see what he actually does, and it's not going to be much at this point. So I'm going to drop down that mini P.E.K.K.A as well. Now he uses his arrows, which is a bit of a waste really, so I'm going to drop my giant down up front. Bit slow there unfortunately, which means he's going to lock on to the baby dragon instead of the giant. Luckily we're going to do some serious damage to that tower as well. Now, I'm not going to support the giant at this moment in time. I'm just going to leave him to his own devices. He is going to get that tower nearly down, though he's probably going to die just before. So our opponent's dropped down his mini P.E.K.K.A. So I'm going to drop down them spear goblins. I'm going to drop down the arrows to take down that horde. I'm then going to drop down my own goblins to take down those. Now, our opponent should arrow these down if he's got his arrows back in rotation. And he drops down his Valkyrie instead. So I'm going to drop down my Valkyrie as well. Obviously, ours is slightly lower level, but we do have the benefit of the tower as well. So we're going to drop down that giant in front. The Valkyrie is going to push that just a little bit quicker. We're going to drop down our spear goblins in the back. Now that fireball has done some damage to the Valkyrie, but not enough to obviously destroy it. That giant is now going to be the front runner going for that tower, but that Valkyrie is going to get there as well to help deal that damage. Now he has dropped his own giant, so we're going to drop down the mini P.E.K.K.A to actually do that damage, and we're going to drop down our goblins as well, just to take it out. Now we've got our opponent's tower down to around about 460. We're going to drop our Valkyrie up front just to provide a bit of a distraction, hopefully for these goblins. No, but the mini P.E.K.K.A's there. We've got our own mini P.E.K.K.A there to take it out. There we go. The opponent has dropped down that Valkyrie again, but obviously our mini P.E.K.K.A will do well at taking that down. 1, 2 shots, down goes the tower for another 3 solid victories. So good game, well played. Our opponent did know what he was doing, and obviously he did have a few levels on some of those cards on us, but obviously if you don't know how to use them, wasting those arrows etc isn't very good. The fireball was utilised well, but obviously not well enough. That gives us 297 cups. Let's have another battle and let's see how we do. Again, this is another level 3, doesn't have a clan, and there's 290 cups. So we're going to wait for our opponent to play first and see how he actually does. Now he's going to fireball the tower straight off, which is a bit of a waste. So I'm going to drop down my own giant on this side. Now he's dropped his Knight Prince, so I'm going to drop down the Valkyrie to obviously take that out. I'm not going to be worried about the damage that he's going to do to this tower. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm now going to drop down my goblins behind the giant and the mini P.E.K.K.A. Now they locked onto it. I'm going to drop down my spear goblins just to distract their own mini P.E.K.K.A, but that should take our opponent's tower down very quickly. Now we're going to take down this tower hopefully with this one push. We've got the giant and the mini P.E.K.K.A taking down that tower. I'm not going to worry about the knight too much. I'm just going to sit here and see what's going to happen. Now we've got their tower down, and there we go, 3-0 victory. Now our tower did go down to 49. I could have obviously played some troops on defense etc. I wasn't too fussed about that. So another solid 3-0 victory, guys. Obviously 22 hours 59 minutes till we can open our next crown chest, so I'm not worried about that. Let's have one more battle and see how we do. So as you can see, guys, this deck is very strong, as I showed in one of my last videos on this deck, on how strong this deck actually is, especially in the lower level arenas, and it works very, very well. So our opponent does have the Goblin Hut. Ooh, that's interesting. So I'm going to drop down the baby dragon. There we go. And I'm then going to drop down the Valkyrie to take all these down. I'm going to drop the musketeer in the back. There we go. Now this opponent does know what he's doing, dropping that down quite early. Now we're going to drop our own spear goblins and that down, but our opponent is going to take them out with the arrows. Very well played there. So we're going to drop our own goblins in the front because we don't want to do him too much damage to our tower. There we go. Now we're going to take those down, but we're not going to do any more damage to that tower. We're just going to wait. Our opponent has dropped that down, so we're going to drop down this mini P.E.K.K.A. and we're going to drop down the dragon there. We're going to take this giant down very quickly. Then the dragon's going to turn around and get rid of all these guys. We're going to drop down our Valkyrie to hopefully give some support. This tower should go down very quickly once that mini P.E.K.K.A. gets a swing, but it doesn't quite get a swing. So we're just going to arrow down all these troops very quickly. There we go. Taking the tower down to 3-1. That goblin hut is working very well for our opponent. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to drop our own spear goblins down in the back. It's times like this I wish I had the fireball, but obviously I haven't. So we're going to drop down our own goblins at the back to take on those spear goblins. There we go. We're going to drop down our mini P.E.K.K.A. to take down that giant before our tower goes down. There we go. We're going to drop our own giant down in front to be a front runner for these. There we go. Unfortunately, our opponent is doing quite well here, so I'm going to drop down those arrows to take down all those goblins. There we go. That tower is now going to go down. Our opponent played that very, very well, though, there, I must admit. So we're going to drop down our Valkyrie, smack bang in the middle of all these troops, just to take them all out. There we go. Now he's trying to arrow our tower, which is a big mistake because he hit our crown tower as well. So we're going to drop the baby dragon down as well. We're going to drop down these. There we go. Luckily, that baby dragon is going to take out a lot of those troops in one go. What am I doing? I'm just wasting troops now. I've dropped down our giant to distract. We're going to arrow those down very quickly. We're going to drop down the Valkyrie in the back. We're going to drop down our goblins here as well. We're going to drop down our spear goblins to give some support. There we go. We're going to drop down a giant again, just as a distraction because we don't want them getting through to our tower. We're going to drop down the baby dragon. Our opponent has obviously done very, very well here, holding us to a 1-0 victory. So good game, very well played, played very well, but obviously it still was a good win on our behalf. Only 1-0, unfortunately that's our first non-3 crown victory, but like I said, our opponent played that very, very well there, and he did have a level advantage on some of those troops. So guys, we're going to call that a day for now. As you can see, this deck is continuing to perform very well. Hopefully in our free-to-play Let's Play series, we are going to hit Arena 2 with a bit of luck. And also, we should obviously hit level 3 as well. At that point, with a bit of luck, we will look at trying to join the Bloodhawks, the feeder to the Blood Crows. Hopefully there'll be someone on who can let us straight in, because I'm not sure what the trophy count currently is over there. So guys, that's it from me. If you like what you see, comment below, let me know. If you've not subscribed, do me a big favour guys and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you gamers next time. Take care.